Hi, welcome back to another car conversation, you guys. Happy Friday. I hope you all had a wonderful week. As always, my weeks are busy, but they're wonderful nonetheless, and it is Friday. So y'all know what that means. For the next 2 days, you can put your feet up, rest, do absolutely nothing if you don't want to until you get back on the grind on Monday morning. So today's topic, I want to not necessarily ask a question, but just pose something to you. So, did you know that you are drowning because of the stuff on the outside has gotten on the inside of you? And so I couldn't come up quite with a topic for today, but I just want to talk about when you're drowning. Okay, if I had to give this a topic, when you're drowning. So when the stuff on the outside of you gets inside of you, this is what happens when that happens. Number one, your energy, because this happens as a result of, number one, you engage with toxic people. This is why I'm always telling you guys, check your surroundings. You've got to know who you hang out with, because when you start to engage with toxic people, I promise you, they will start to bring your energy down. Your energy will go from the roof of this car to the floor, just like that. So you've got to be careful who you are engaging with, because there are people out here that their main job and their main focus and their main concern is to just drain your energy, drain my energy, drain they're just energy drainers, and that's what they do. Number two, you start to drown when you try to chase happiness. And this can backfire on you. You cannot chase happiness. Happiness is going to come or not come, but you cannot go chase it down, because when you do, that's when you have problems. Number three, you get too comfortable being mediocre. I think about Eric Thomas, because he talks about this a lot, about how people are okay with being mediocre. I don't know about you, but I know for Michelle, I don't like being mediocre. Now, let me just say this, because I don't want anybody coming for me or trying to come for me, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not the one, first of all. But secondly, being mediocre, there's nothing wrong with being mediocre. If you're happy with being mediocre, if you're happy, I'm happy. Let me just say that. If you like it, I love it. In the famous words of my Aunt Ann, you like it, I love it. There's nothing wrong with being mediocre. Some people are just going to be mediocre people all their lives. There's nothing that you can do about that. And that's fine. Again, if they like it, I love it. But for me, I know I am destined to be more than just mediocre, so I don't want to be just mediocre. There is something else out there, and that's what I'm shooting for. Number four, you want to play the victim all the time, always thinking everybody's out to get you. Let me just say this: when you start to feel when you start to feel like you're drowning, you need to stop and think: am I always playing the victim? Everybody's not out to get you. I know it may seem like that sometimes, but everybody truly is not out to get you. Sometimes it's you doing it to yourself. And number five, you are holding on to grudges. Yeah, that's powerful right there. Some of y'all are holding on to grudges, and this pent up resentment will overtake you sooner or later. Okay, so if you have grudges of any kind, y'all let that stuff go. Ask God to forgive you. Ask God to forgive that person for whatever it was that they did or didn't do to have you walking around with these grudges. And then let it go. Because I'm going to tell you something I learned a long time ago. When you walk around holding grudges, all you doing is hurting yourself. You're not hurting that person, because they don't know that you even have that grudge against them. And chances are they probably don't care one way or the other. So let that stuff go so you can truly enjoy life. Let me do a quick recap, and I promise I'm going to let you be. So today I said that you are drowning because of the stuff on the outside of you has gotten inside of you. And I'm talking about all the junk and the debris and all that other stuff on the outside of you. When it gets in here, that's when you start to drown. So as long as it stays outside in the world, you okay. But when it gets in here, it's a wrap. And I said this happens when, one, you engage with toxic people. Be careful of who you let into your inner circle. Be careful who you talk to on a regular basis, because there are truly some toxic people out here, and they are doing their jobs and they're doing it well. Okay. Number two, when you try to chase happiness, it'll backfire on you. Stop trying to chase happiness. Let happiness run you down. Okay. Sit back and wait for it, because it will come. Number three, you get too comfortable with being mediocre. But again, remember what I said. Being mediocre is not necessarily a bad thing, because some people just are going to be mediocre people all their lives. And as long as you're the best in what you are or who you are, I say so be it. But if you know that you are destined for more than just being mediocre, I say go after it. Go after that which has your name on it. I want everything that has my name on it. I want every blessing that God has for me. See, because being mediocre is about right here. I don't want to live right there. There's nothing wrong with it, but I choose not to live there. I'm trying to take my game up to a higher level. Number four, you want to play the victim all the time, always thinking that everybody's out to get you. Everybody's not out to get you. Sometimes it's you out to get yourself. But you have to understand that. You have to realize that not everybody is out to get you. And number five, that you're holding on to grudges. Y'all, that's powerful right there. And that's a video that I probably should do in and of itself. You've got to let those grudges go. Let that hatred that you have, and I say hatred, and if you sit back and say, well, Michelle, not me, because I don't hate anybody, you're telling a tale. Because we all have had a time where we hated something or someone. Let's keep it real. I am saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost most of the time, but I have had times in my life when I could truly say that I hated somebody or I hated something. I try my best not to feel that way now, but there's one person, and I'm not even going to mention their name because it's not even worth mentioning, who I just, every time I hear his voice, every time he does a press conference or speaks, I just feel that hate just kind of bubbling up inside of me, wanting to come out of my mouth, because I just can't stand this man. But I'm going to leave that be. So anyway, so I'm going to put all of that in the description box, because I want you all to live full, fulfilled lives, okay? And I want you to get all that you can out of life, because life is so short. Life is so short. The sad reality is that somebody went to bed yesterday, but they didn't wake up this morning. Just like somebody's going to go to bed tonight, but they're not going to wake up tomorrow. So I always say, live your life to the fullest. Be happy. Don't settle with contentment. If you're happy being content, again, if you like it, I love it. That's just not for me. But if that's your thing, roll with it. I just want you all to be happy and experience all that life has for you, and that you're not walking around feeling like you're just drowning, because that's a horrible feeling. I've been down that road, but I choose not to go there again. That's all I have, you guys. I want to say thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back, and y'all know the drill. There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing at all, because I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you even when nobody else likes you. Till next time, take care.